Hello everyone, Silent here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 1. It is episode 18 today, and today we're going to be doing some stuff around our village and also doing some stuff in the shopping district and meeting up with some other members on the server as well, but that will be at the later parts in this episode. The first thing I would like to do in today's video is actually work on the security of our Savannah village. I so almost had that. That was almost very professional. However, we have ourselves the markings for 5 different gates in this village. You can see there's going to be one gate right there, another one over there, one there, and one there. And they are the only access points into our Savannah village through this giant barrier that we built up to keep out all the zombies and zloys. So we need to figure out some form of automated gate system to make sure that these gates all close at the nighttime to keep out the hordes of zombies and zloys, and then open at the daytime to allow the flaming zombies inside, but they'll die shortly after anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. And basically, I have no idea what I'm doing. We're going to need to do a little bit of testing and creative throughout this episode, just to see if we can get ourselves a fully functional system. But before we get to that, I have done a couple of things on live streams, and let's go ahead and check those things out because they are kind of fun. So thinking about it, there's actually kind of a lot of loose ends that we need to tie up. For example, we just got a magical chest of cha-cha logs from Zap. Zap has a tree farm, and he has dropped off just all of the acacia. This has literally saved me, or will save me, probably about 30 hours of just tree chopping, which is amazing. We need to go pay him some bone blocks. That is our little trade that we set up. I don't know how much he wants. And also, we've done some work on live streams, just building up these paths through the village. As you can see, we got the village center kind of decorated now. We built this path going out over here, over to that gate, and past the actual stables too. So this area is looking a lot nicer. We could probably go back through and do some more detailing. I'm sure we will sometime in the future. However, this is significantly better than it was before. And also, we have a little bit of a sneaky area going down. I figure because we have 2 wells, one on either side, we can have a bubble column going up and a bubble column going down, and then something really evil and sneaky down there at the bottom. No idea what we should put there. If you have any ideas, please do let me know. It needs to be something evil, probably related to pigs or pigman. Let me know if you got any ideas, because we have this perfect opportunity right here in the middle of the village where no one would suspect a thing. So besides working on our village center, we also worked on these 2 cave fronts right here. So we finally added some details and some decoration to them. This one in here is just for the village storage center, and just a nice dry little cave. Then again, everything in this village is very dry, being in a savanna, but at least it's nice and cool in here. So yeah, none of these actually have anything in them. It's just a nice little bit of detail for the village. We also got the party central over here. They don't know how to make a campfire. That's why it's smoking so much. There's actually 2 campfires right there. You might be able to see it. Double the smoke particles. We got a cauldron of water. Put that out because they don't know what they're doing. They're probably going to burn down the village. We also got a little bit of a keg down there. And then, of course, we got the flammable substance and the other flammable object right next to all the coal. Again, these guys do not know what they're doing, but they're having a great time. But we also expanded the path up and around the village too. We need to do a lot more path making in this village. But otherwise, that is the update on what is going on around here. Hopefully you guys do like it. Again, if you got any suggestions for anything that we should add to the village, let me know with a comment down below. But without further ado, let's get on to working with those village gates, shall we? So I went ahead and set up a little bit of a demonstration for what I want to do. And basically what we're going to be building is one of those medieval castle gates that goes up and then falls back down to keep out intruders. I believe those are called a portcullis. However, I have never actually built one of these before, and I've never I haven't seen them around for a long time in Minecraft, so we're going to try and recreate that today. It shouldn't be too difficult. I do have a little bit of a mock-up of how it works here in the world. So right now this is the closed position. Of course, this is just a single slice. You can see that this would of course go across this entire gap all the way like that. But what we're going to do to actually open this thing is power this bottom piston, and then power that second piston. That'll push it up like that. We would then unpower that one, unpower that bottom one, allowing all of that to fall back down. And then we would actually be able to walk across and through our portcullis if we could actually parkour, which apparently I cannot. So that is of course the open position, and then to close this thing, what we need to do is power the upper redstone. The upper redstone is very simple. You power the top piston, then you can unpower it, and then you power the bottom piston, and then you can unpower it, and then everything is back to its original position and completely closed. So we can make this thing about as tall as we wanted to. However, I think 4 blocks tall is pretty fine, and then the actual opening of this would be 2 blocks tall, which is perfect. That is perfectly fine for a player to walk across. Again, I cannot parkour that. Jeez, it's so simple, but I can't do it. So that is the basic concept of what we want to do, and we basically want to have 5 of these in total for the entire village. Again, that'll keep out all the Zloys and zombies and keep in all of our residents as well. So we're gonna have all of those going all the way around the village in varying different sizes and shapes, which will be really, really cool. So I think what we need to do now is go to creative and do a little bit of testing, see if we can actually come up with a design for this. So here we are in my battle-tested redstone world, and we have ourselves a little bit of a prototype, or at least the foundations of a portcullis setup. So as you can see, this is going to be the ground level. You can walk through here just fine. Hopefully the thing doesn't close on you and instantly kill you. And we have the piston set up for the bottom. These are sticky pistons. These are normal ones. We got our gravity blocks. And then both sets of these are normal pistons. And I already got the timing figured out. You just need 1 tick and like 4 ticks. And then that will power both of those. So as you can see, it works pretty fine. And honestly, I just love that sound. I don't mess with pistons nearly enough on Bedrock Edition. They're just too unreliable and I don't need them that often. But having a bunch of pistons firing at one time, it's just a beautiful sound. I do not hear this enough in my life. So powering your very bottom sticky pistons is of course directly powering them, super easy. But then that pushes up your secondary set of normal pistons into the ground layer. So there's not very many ways to power that. We could set up like a redstone torch right here that would directly power that piston. That would be fine. However, then unpowering that torch, you would need like another redstone torch right there. And then unpowering that and actually making it usable, that gets very expensive. You'd need like repeaters, and that just sounds like a very massive mouthful. It is. And then you would also need a bunch of resources for that too. However, we also have observers that would work just like so. Anytime you update that observer, it would power that piston. So I think we're gonna go for the observer route. Should be a lot cheaper in the long run, even if they are a more expensive component. So like, maybe this was easier than I thought, because like, that works, and that just works beautifully. And then this isn't also going to be affected by any bugs, hopefully. So, I mean, that just works. I just need to like actually wire these two together. So this is slightly confusing me. Comparators and repeaters going into a monostaple don't power anything on the other side. Like, that's kind of strange. That needs to be a repeater. But yeah, if you power that, your repeater over here does not get powered. That is so strange. I literally just have this working. I don't know if this is just like a relog issue, but it's kind of weird. So yeah, it's still not doing anything. I know I literally just had this working because like I had this door functional and now my monostaples ain't working. So yeah, it's kind of weird. And before you say anything, no, you can't have it in the standard orientation because we don't have quasi connectivity. Okay, so the monostaples work with a button input. However, they do not work if you have a repeater after that button, which is just like, okay, are these things completely broken? Have you guys had this happen in your worlds? Like, I swear, this game, it just wants me to use observers. We can use a redstone torch to power it just fine like that. However, we can place it there too, that's fine. We can also get ourselves an observer, power that, it still works. As soon as I go to power that with a button, it doesn't work. What is happening here? I swear, I'm cursed. I swear to it. I can do that as well. It still doesn't work. I literally don't know what's happening here. Why am I cursed? So I think it's actually fully functional now. We are using observers, and observers kind of suck on realms. However, as you can see, it just turned nighttime and it just completely broke. Of course, as soon as I hit record, it breaks. Wonderful. Yeah, this is why I don't like observers. If we had monostaples, this would work perfectly. But as you can see, it's now working great. We just got a command block over here adding time to the day, and that is making this thing actually fully function. They're not even connected, which is pretty cool. So let me tell you, I do enjoy making things for the Bedrock Edition because I know I end up helping out a ton of different people. However, I wouldn't need to do this if everything just like worked the way that it should and worked properly. So I just got done doing a couple hours of hair pulling, messing around with the different mechanics. I'm still very curious as to why the monostables don't work. Like, you need a direct player input. You can't send it through a observer or a redstone torch, comparator, or repeater. You have to press a button or press a pressure plate or flick a lever to have the monostables work. It's super strange. Like, they were working a couple hours ago, I believe, but now it's just like, it's broken. So there's none of that stuff in these designs. If we had quasi connectivity, these would be a lot better. Our T flip-flops on the Bedrock Edition are absolutely massive because we don't have the block dropping that it makes them just amazing on Java. So here's like a manual design that you flick a fence gate, it closes, you can flick the fence gate again, it opens, it works. That's the best we're getting with that kind of design. Here is the actual design that uses daylight sensors. This took a little bit of figuring out. Never actually messed with daylight sensors before. This is literally my first time ever building with them. That coupled with those issues and my first time ever building a portcullis, this took a while. But as you can see, we can add the day-night cycle. That is going to close. That is locked, so even though that sends a pulse, it doesn't matter. Once it's daytime, that opens back up. And we'll let that run for one more nighttime so you can see the opening and closing circuit yet again. So the top fires, it gets locked, that sends a pulse, doesn't matter, it's still good to go. And overall, hopefully this works very well. It's very simple, very cheap, and all we need is daylight access to this daylight sensor down there and this one up here. Okay, so moment of truth right here. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to flick this thing, and then hopefully that actually does the thing. Is it dusk? So it's just not, okay, break the thing, and then, oh my god, it actually did double extend. That's amazing. I was so fearful that the timings of this would be off so the observers wouldn't power the pistons when they're right there. Oh my god, okay. So that's awesome. I think we're actually good to go. We're building up this entire thing, and that is great. Excellent, excellent. I just need to do the redstone for the top of this, and my god, that's actually really tall. We're gonna have some very intimidating gates around this thing. Not entirely sure how we're gonna make that look good aesthetically, but you know what? Who cares about aesthetics? It's gonna be functional. All right, so it is actually the next day now. Had to take a break after messing with all those portcullises for like hours and hours. But I have went ahead and installed 4 out of the 5 here in the village. So you can see there's one over there, there's one over there. The only one that's missing is this diagonal one. We're gonna have to change this up to actually be like, you know, straight across, no diagonals. That's gonna look very messy with a portcullis. However, it is now time to do a test. You can see how that one over there isn't actually closed, even though it's nighttime. That's because it's technically in unloaded chunks, because that's just how Bedrock Edition works. But I'm curious, if we walk towards that, that should close, and yes it does. Very nice, very, very nice indeed. I'm super happy about that, actually. So yeah, whenever these things are, you know, open at nighttime, as soon as you actually load the area, as soon as mobs could actually walk through the gate, then the gate's gonna close for you, which is awesome. This should happen in reverse as well. So if it were, you know, daytime right now, and then we loaded that thing, it should open up. So that's pretty cool, actually. So these things are fully functional, which is awesome. We got that one installed. We got that one installed over there. And then of course we have the other main one on this side. Everything is looking very, very nice. Super happy that we decided to go along with the portcullis idea. And thank you all very much for suggesting it down in the comment section. So these stupid gates have kind of kicked my butt more than I expected them to, which I should have expected them to a lot because it's Bedrock Edition. But moving on from them for a minute, we're gonna move on to some different projects for this episode. The first thing that we're gonna do is name our Fireworks of Doom mini nukes, because this is something that a lot of you actually suggested in the comment section. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but it goes perfectly well with our, you know, Fat Man and Experimental MIRV. And this is, of course, from Fallout as well. The Fallout series. I can't even see the name of that. Like, the name is literally off screen. I can't see if it's the correct color. I guess we'll just rename them both. Why not? But yeah, there we go. Mini nuke. It's gonna be a lot of gray. And then if we go ahead and put those into there, yeah, sweet, they got the little mini nuke thing. Wonderful. So we've also done some additional, construction on our actual storage room. So of course, this thing is still kind of broken because you know what? It's just gonna be like that. However, we did expand this going downwards over here, and now we got ourselves a little bit of a smeltery room, and we got some storage over here too. So this is just a little thing that we threw together on a live stream, of course. We live stream like a lot over on Twitch in case you're interested in that stuff. Link down below, shameless promotion. But yeah, we got a little bit of bulk storage back here. Here's the rest of our mini nukes for our actual crossbow weapons, again from the Fallout series. If you haven't seen what these actually are, look it up on YouTube. These are crazy weapons in the Fallout series, just like ridiculous. Like they shoot miniature nuclear bombs, and it's crazy. Awesome, that's why we named them that. But yeah, a little bit of extra storage over there. We got our super smelter over here, only 8 furnaces. The idea with this is to have one set of minecarts for 4 furnaces, and then one set of minecarts for like 4 blast furnaces. But it turns out that doesn't work because reasons and bugs, so we just went with 8 normal furnaces. This hallway over here is going to have some form of farm, maybe a little bit of a sugarcane or bamboo farm, and then that hallway over there is going to have stuff and things. Oh, and since we used basically all of our resources for the sorting system, we also did a little bit of a mining live stream too, got some more useless blue rocks and a ton of redstone, which is super useful. So just coming through to the shopping district, and there's a bulldozer. I feel like things are getting out of hand, and is that a polar bear? And this has been condemned. What have I missed around here? My God, things are happening. Okay, let me do a little bit of sleuthing because apparently I missed out on all the fun. I mean, where the hell do you even rent a bulldozer nowadays? Like, I swear, you gotta get like a license to drive that. Jeez, people have skills apparently. Okay, so this has been condemned because it's unfit for animal habitation and it's abandoned and declared unsafe. And then there's just like a polar bear. Does this guy have a name? Can I look through the bars? Hold on, I just saw his name. Where was it? It was somewhere. Oh, hi, there's literally a window. Hecking Big Woofer. Oh, it's a dog. Okay, oh, it's a cute little dog. I like this guy. He's so cute. Look at him, he's adorable. He's got cute little ears. Cool. I also noticed that there's a panda over here, just because, apparently the bears are invading. So this was Zloy's shop at one point, and there's still a diamond block. I feel like I'm gonna get killed by going back here. There's still just a bunch of coal. Sweet. That's not helping with global warming. Thanks, Zloy. And then this goes up to, oh wow. Oh, this is fancy. Oh my God, he's got a panda, and he's like perfect. This is amazing. So I guess every time you come through here, this dispenses a piece of bamboo. That's adorable. Oh my God, I love it. That's great. This is my first time ever seeing pandas in survival. He's so cute. So yeah, I still, I have no idea what actually happened over here because there's no signs. It doesn't say who did this. However, Hecking Big Woofer, that does remind me of Tiz Tom. He writes like that. He writes like a 2nd grader. And that's not an insult because I write like a 1st grader, therefore it's a compliment. Okay, one more random thing is there is now a newspaper on the server. I am super far behind for actually buying one of these. However, these things are amazing. So it's actually like a full-blown map art. Just look at that, that's amazing. There's even a comic down there. So the Truly Bedrock Herald #1, this is really hard to read. Help wanted players looking to score some cash can find jobs and rewards at the freelance tavern in the, I have no idea what that middle bit says. No, it's not. Okay. Have you seen this person? I hate Mondays. Time set Saturday. Okay, this is excellent. I love it. I'm gonna put this on a wall somewhere. This is an excellent little newspaper. I'm gonna buy 2 of these. And also, we now have ourselves an official headquarters that Zloy built here above the bank. As you can see, this is very, very posh and very fancy. What's above there? Nothing. Okay, you're not supposed to flip those open. But what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna go recruit Blujay for the Pebble Alliance, or the Money Morons as we are now being called by the Diamond Doofuses. So do enjoy that. His audio was a little bit broken up because Discord was having some issues, but I'll try and make it the best that I can. Just bear with me for a couple of minutes.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad. So, guys, Silent Whisperer and I have been talking over the last couple weeks, just doing some planning about what we could do with my shop here. You can see empty, empty,
Very,
sold
very
out.
sold out. Yep. So I have a little bit of a business proposition for you.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Tell everybody what we're going to be doing.
I am willing to help you stock up your shop and basically just take whatever split of profits you are willing to do. And in return, you have to sell exclusively for these shiny books right here, which are called Pebbles.
Yeah. So we've got, if you've been watching the series on various channels, we got Pebbles, we got a currency for the server. I've been exclusively selling things for diamonds, but since this deal has come up, I'm going to make the switch. We're going to buy into the server currency, and I think that'd be a good idea. So let's go ahead and show everybody what you've gathered up for us, because it's a lot, guys. It's
It
awesome.
is, kind of is. But one warning before you open this. By agreeing to sell for Pebbles, you will now become a money moron. However, that is much better than being a diamond doofus. So,
I'm okay with that.
Yes,
Money moron sounds good to me.
All
right, take a look. Take a look. We got a whole shulker box full of fish, plus some nautilus shells, a little bit more fish, some god rods, awesome, fully decked out, ready to go. We got some name tags, we got some puffer fish.
And there's a lot more where this came from. I have about maybe 7 or 8 double chests full of fish that are ready to be smelted down. So you could sell for really cheap and still make a massive profit.
That's so good. That's so good. So I've been doing this the slow way, and especially because before now I've been playing exclusively on a mobile phone, and now that I've got a PC, I could do an AFK fish farm, but since you've already done the work ahead of time, we'll just go into business together.
Yeah. I have a massive squid farm. Maybe you'll check it out later. But that thing just provides about 20,000% more fish than it does actually ink. So we're still calling it an ink farm. It's not a fish farm, totally a squid farm.
Okay. Yeah, so I think this is going to get us going for a little while here. I think we're going to do a 50-50 split. Whatever we sell, we'll give half of that to Silent. So
I'm good with that.
Appreciate doing business with you.
And then there is one more shop over here. This is a diamond doofus setting up a shop, kind of going in direct competition with you. And as you can see, Prow, a fellow money moron, has actually shut it down for safety violations.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's a good idea because we don't this kind of competition here. But
yeah, that's his whole thing. That's irrelevant to the money morons. That's kind of his whole deal. But yeah, as you can see, she is selling things in here. Daphne runs this shop, so it's got nautilus shells, sea pickles, and some sponges. So yeah, we can get you set up some pickles, maybe set up a pickle farm. That's not too big of a deal. And then it just shut down this shop, take them out of business.
That sounds like a good plan. That sounds like a good plan. Well, man, I really appreciate you helping me out with this because I've been kind of crazy busy in real life stuff going on. So getting some help with the shop will let me focus on some projects that I want to get done, some builds I want to do.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
You are a lifesaver for sure.
Happy to help out in return for some more money morons on the server. This shall be a great alliance, I think. But otherwise, I think that about concludes our business deal for today.
Awesome, man.
Although we should probably shake on it.
Okay, let's go. Let's shake.
Yep.
You ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I missed. Okay, one more time for good measure. You ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Okay, we're done, guys.
We'll call that good. So I think him not shaking on that deal is gonna be a little bit of a painful situation later on if he ever tries to stab us in the back. However, hopefully he won't do that since we are, stocking up his entire shop. He did go ahead and make those, premium tackle box for 10 diamonds each, which I think is pretty awesome. These things have a lot of gear in them, lots of fishies, and then some, some pufferfish, some name tags, all these nautilus shells, enough for a conduit, and a fully decked out god rod. So that's pretty awesome. I think that's a pretty great deal, especially because you're getting a shulker box with that too. Apparently, I need to stock him up with some salmon because he's going to start selling those too. None of these other barrels have things in him. I think he should definitely sell the individual items. That would be pretty cool. And then, yeah, there's still all of that up there. Hopefully no one sees that. But as you can tell, that was recorded a little while ago. Scheduling is kind of a difficult thing to do. So I think Daphne's shop being condemned is the reason why there's now a bulldozer in this shop over here being condemned, because Prowl condemned that, and now Daphne apparently is condemning Prowl's shop, but this was already abandoned. I'm not sure why there's a dog over here. Not entirely sure why there's a bulldozer either. This was already completely abandoned. But yeah, those guys, the people on the server have a lot of story arcs going on. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to do is actually make like a little bit of a shopping cart stall where you'd get yourself a llama with like a little bit of a chest in it for shopping, and that would be very convenient. That was an idea from the comment section, of course. And I was gonna put that right underneath the Nether portal right here. However, Zloy has not decorated this yet. He is being super lazy. That was like a week and a half ago that we built this portal here. And I don't want to put anything down here because he's just going to change it all. However, I did put the sign. All of this is claimed, and breaking the sign is a 1,000 pebble fine. So if the diamond doofuses come over here, try and claim this, break that sign accidentally, they're going to owe us 500 of their precious, in air quotes, diamonds. However, that's going to be 1,000 pebbles. And if they don't pay up, we might just rent that bulldozer from whoever's renting it out and tear down one of their shops. Okay, so here we are in the Nether, and this is actually relevant to the new portal that we built in the shopping district. As you can see, this is the new one that we built. Hasn't been decorated yet. Come on, Zloy. But this one actually links up to the incorrect place. I personally linked to this one. I know what I'm doing when it comes to this stuff. However, the Diamond Doofuses expanded their shop, they built a new portal, and that completely broke everything. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and actually properly link their own portal for them so that everything comes out where it should. And I can't believe that they can't do this themselves, but apparently they cannot. So let me get this done. Okay, so a little while later, I've built up both portals. This is now the proper portal to the shopping district, and that always works perfectly fine. And then here's the Diamond Doofuses portal. I didn't bother decorating it. They probably don't deserve it anyway. But I am going to charge them a little bit of a fee for actually having to do this for them, because you know, this is just a skill that everyone on the server should have at this point. And if you can't do this, then how can you be trusted to run your own economy? So we're gonna charge them a little bit of fee. We're gonna block off their portal. It is now condemned. And we're gonna go ahead and make a book out of their own buy one, get one free rocket vouchers. We're actually gonna make, you know, a couple of these so we can have one on either side. And I'm going to charge them some pebbles for actually, oh, do I need feathers? Oh, I forgot the feathers. Yeah, we're gonna charge them some pebbles for actually having to link their portal properly. So I just got done flexing my first grader writing skills, and let's check it out. So you guys can read this if you want. I'm not gonna fully read it out because, you know, it's kind of long. However, the basic gist of it is that we are shutting down their light blue portal in this Nether hub because it linked improperly. It caused suffocation. I might have made that part up, and it also was, you know, taking the people from this portal to the wrong location. And then I kind of bragged about fixing it with my mathematical skills, ingenuity, and pure bravery. And we're charging them 100 pebbles or 50 diamonds. And if they can't pay that fee, they're gonna be having their portal license completely and permanently revoked, along with other terrible things. They have until July 10th to pay this fee in full. Okay, so I'm just gonna call this thing a Portal Society because we can't actually type anything other than that. Very small names to work with here. But we should be able to sign and close that, or, oh, it's already enchanted in my hand. Is there just like a bunch of lag right now? Hold on. Oh, it did actually sign by the Office of Hell. Okay, I thought it didn't like that name, so it didn't name it that, but that's cool. So now we have this book. We can go ahead and make a couple more copies of that. Boom and boom. These should all stack together. Fantastic. This one is the original. We're gonna give these guys copies of originals. So the icing on the cake for this one is that if they do try and use their nether portal, which is behind our little barricade, they're actually gonna try and come out at that one. So they're actually gonna have to move the portal in the overworld, which I'm not going to tell them. If they paid the fee, I'll fix it up properly for them and everything will be great. But otherwise, if they just like tear down the barricade, they're all just going to come out at that portal, which is absolutely lovely. So there's a little bit of fail-safe in place. You know what? What's going on with this? Have we had any sales? We have pebbles and 8 pebbles because the bank was out. But you should just wait for the bank to restock. Okay, thanks. We're still missing 2 beacons. I've been online for like 6 or 7 hours and no one else has been online. I know Prowl isn't renting my beacons. We're gonna have to investigate that because now we're down by 2 beacons. But thanks for the useless blue rocks, people. I can't even throw these things into the bank because they're renamed. So that's great. I can't even like get them back. Anyway, this episode is getting rather long at this point, so I do hope that you guys did enjoy all the shenanigans and technical bits and bobs that we did in today's episode. If you did enjoy, then of course be sure to leave a like on the video, as it does help out the video and the channel significantly, and thank you very much for doing so. If you are new here and you want to see more episodes in the future, of course subscribe. We are nearing 50,000 subscribers, which is totally insane. Thank you all so very much for the support. I will see you all down in the comment section and in the next episode. Thank you again for watching, and then there was silence.